Greetings, faith-driven entrepreneurs and faith-driven investors, especially. I'm here with Tim Macready. Tim is one of my great friends for more than a dozen years. We've been in the space of trying to understand how to help Christ followers steward the financial resources they've been entrusted with. And is it safe to say we are concerned about what's going on in Africa, and yet we are hopeful? Why are we hopeful?
So I think for years, I think as Christians we've been uh, like looking at the opportunities and feeling like the church should be stepping up into some of the gaps that exist. And in the last 2 months, we've seen those gaps just get even bigger in terms of the difference between the funding need and the funding opportunity. I think there's an opportunity now for the church to step up and say, we will invest in Africa, not just Africa, developing countries more broadly, right? But Africa is one of the best examples, I think, of a place where you can invest right now, where there are opportunities to do good and to do it in an investment format, not just through philanthropy. And I think now is our moment to step up, right? Like other funding channels have been cut off. Now is our moment to step up and send capital there. And part of our work, we look at exciting investment opportunities. That's what I get excited about. It's a big challenge, though.
It is a huge challenge. It's a huge challenge. I mean, you look at it on one side, and I've talked about this before. 80% of the world's poor are going to be in Africa by 2030, according to the economists. Only 0.5% of private equity and venture capital are going through there. A lot of people are like, I get that, but I have no idea. I mean, I know that Summit and Battery US Venture Partners are great firms in the United States. I can make a lot of money on that. I have no idea how to even think about getting market return capital in there. And isn't Africa, why don't you just tell me to invest in like fair trade coffee or individual deals? But no, there is a relatively mature, surprisingly mature fund ecosystem in Africa of men and women that have hundreds of millions of dollars of assets under management, have a track record, are serious about their Christian faith. And you at Brightlight have gone out there to put your arms around this space. And who are people that have proven worthy of placing investment capital? And who's got spiritual integration, who doesn't, who focuses on market return, what's the geography and all that stuff, right? I mean, you've been doing this for
Yeah.
years, but I almost feel like now is your time because folks like me are coming to you like, Tim, what do we do?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a range of opportunities. I can't, I probably can count, but I'd have to pause for a long time to actually count them. The number of funds that we've looked at in Africa in the last 24 months, and more that we know are coming, right? Like existing players in the space who have a track record, who we know are going to issue another product, another opportunity this year, as well as emerging participants in the space as well, right? Like we've seen some really niche, exciting stuff. Are you going to put 20% of your investment portfolio in a niche fund one that's focused in a particular geography in a very specific theme? Probably not. But like exciting opportunities and everything from brand new to track record, everything from concessional returns through to market rate returns, lots of different things happening.
Okay, I'm going to link to Brightlight in the show notes, but um, you're going to be down with me. We're going to be hanging out together in Dallas, April 9th and 10th, Dallas Lions Den, right?
Yep. I'm looking
Good.
forward to it.
Great opportunity. So there's lots of opportunities to go to Africa. I'm going to be going to Nigeria in June. I bet Tim's going to be going sometime this year. I'll be going back in August and then again in October. But boy, is it easier, so much easier to be able to get on a plane, go to Dallas, be with 400 or 500 of your peers as they all try to understand how to steward God's capital again in Africa for such a time as this. This is
Mhm.
maybe the most important time in Africa since independence, and it's a time for the church to step up. Grateful to
Yep.
be doing this with you, brother.
Thanks, Henry. Good to be with you.